Welcome to Helsinki, the capital of the happiest country in the world for the 6th year in a row. Over the next few days, I'll be exploring the city to learn more about its history, culture, food, and enjoy some of what makes the people here so very happy. It helps that it's early July, the sun is mostly shining, and the city and its 330 islands sit along the Gulf of Finland. I started my trip on one of the city's most famous islands, Suomenlinna. Just a 15-minute ferry ride from downtown Helsinki, it's easy to get to and free to explore. At one point, long before Helsinki was the capital, Suomenlinna was actually the second largest city in Finland. It's home to a fortress that was originally built in 1748. Much of it has been abandoned except for a small part of the island which is home to a naval academy. Now it's more of an open-air museum that you can explore. There's also a history museum, a military museum, and a submarine that you can wander through. However, before the fortress could be built, there was something the builders felt was much more important: a brewery. The very first building to be erected on the island was this brewery, and while it didn't remain one for long thanks to a lack of fresh water, it has returned to being one again today. So after a little tour of the interior of the building, we got to sampling.
And this is the harvest moon.
Okay.
And here we have the pumpkin pills.
Okay.
I thought you might want to taste that one.
Definitely.
And here is the spadabeila.
Ooh, has a really interesting smell. It's really sour. That's nice. Suomenlinna was the perfect place to spend a sunny day, and since the sun didn't really set while we were visiting, and the ferry runs until 2 a.m., we took our time enjoying the views. The next day, the sun didn't shine quite as much as our first day, so we grabbed a Helsinki Card, which costs 48 euros for 24 hours and includes entry to tons of museums, as well as free use of the public transportation. Using the card, we visited the National Museum of Finland, the Tato Center for Finnish Sports Culture, the Kiasma Contemporary Art Museum, and my personal favorite, the Amos Rex Art Museum. We managed to stay dry enough to make it back to our hotel and enjoy another slice of Finnish culture, a sauna. On my third day in Helsinki, I wanted to eat all of the different types of food that I'd read about, so I went in search of good cafes and central markets. I started the morning with a walk around a park in the Hietaniemi neighborhood, to the west of the city center. It was here I discovered Cafe Regatta. The menu is full of traditional options like blueberry pie, butter buns, donuts, and cinnamon rolls. We opted for a cinnamon roll and a donut. Both of the doughs were made with tons of cardamom, and the cinnamon roll wasn't too sweet. Paired with a cup of coffee, it was a great mid-morning pick-me-up and a good place to escape the rain. With lots of sugary energy, I headed to one of the most awe-inspiring places that I visited in Helsinki, the Helsinki Central Library Oodi. Located just next to the train station, this is more of a cultural center than just a library. You can rent instruments, record music, use 3D printers, have access to computers with photo and video editing software. There are books, of course, a cafe, a restaurant, quiet working spaces, and an outdoor terrace. From here, you can take a nice walk through the center of the city, past historical cafes, department stores, and modern shopping malls, until you reach the Helsinki Cathedral. Originally built between 1830 and 1852 as a tribute to the Grand Duke of Finland, Tsar Nicholas I of Russia, it's now a Lutheran church. From the cathedral, it's a short few blocks to the market square, where you'll find both an outdoor food market as well as a historical indoor food market. We started outside with vendans, a freshwater white fish that is found around the country and usually fried and served with a garlic dipping sauce. We've got the fried vendans. Oh, that garlic dip's really good. It's meaty. You don't taste the bones at all. After the vendans, we headed inside the market to see all kinds of things like cured salmon, canned bear, dried reindeer, salmon soup, and even more pastries. We've got bear, reindeer, and moose. I'm gonna start with the reindeer, I think. Here we go. It's like a pate. Now we're gonna try the moose. It's got little lingonberries on top. It doesn't have a strong. Oh, you taste it. Okay, it's like beef, kind of. It's not very meaty, but it's not too gamey or anything. All right, grabbing the bear. It's the darkest one, so I think it's gonna be pretty gamey. Oh, that has like a really strong meat taste. It's really good though with the berries. It's really good. Thoroughly filled to the brim, I finished the day at the Rock Church, a church that was built directly into the side of a rock with an intricate copper roof, located on the edge of the city center. It costs €5 to go inside and visit both levels of the church. On my last day in Finland, I wanted to explore a little bit away from the city center. I had read about a nature boardwalk and duckboard path that were located about 15 minutes away in a place called Masari. It was a short bus ride from the city center to get to the start of the trail, and it was absolutely worth the trip. Woo! We have taken a 20-minute bus ride out of central Helsinki to another one of the islands that are all over the place. We actually were able to just walk on these little footbridges right onto the island. And it's so beautiful. You feel like you're miles from a big city. The sun's out again. It's our last day in Helsinki, and this is the perfect send-off, I think. I hope you enjoyed exploring Helsinki with me. This city surprised me so much. It's packed with incredible museums, tons of green space, a fantastic public transportation network, delicious food, and cool neighborhoods to explore. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really supports my channel. And I will see you next time as I head to another part of this colorful country to visit the very first capital of Finland. Bye!